Okay, so here we are, galumping along on our galumpers. Watching time pass away. Galumper. That could be a horse, maybe a kind of one that maybe wasn't sleek and mm, we say race bound, but was strong and dependable and pulled you through some pretty tough spots, some muddy roads, and got you through. Yeah, could only top up maybe about 16, 17, and then with the trotters they get about on 23, 24, 26 even. Yeah, so this is a step or two slower, but you always knew he was going to get you to where you wanted to go. Yeah, that was my horse. Whoa. Wow, that's an interesting analogy of a horse. Well, I never thought about that. Yeah. I mean, how did people buy horses? Like, what were the characteristics? Was there like a particular type, or was it like today buying a car? It's like you buy this particular breed because you want this particular performance, or buy this particular breed because you want this particular performance, or what is it you're looking for in your horse, your principal, and you're buying this like it's not as a pet, you're buying it as transportation. So I mean, you can love a pet, or you can love him, but that's not his function. He's not there to be your pet. He's there to work for you. So yeah, you look at him differently. Well, maybe you do, maybe you don't. Maybe some people look differently. Yeah. So yeah, it's not like some kind of a lovey creature that you want to be close to, like a pet. It's just a work animal, like you might find a get for your fields. Big old, stout-shouldered work horse. This thing was like 12 feet in the shoulder, or something like that. I'm not sure if it's that big, but you know what I'm saying. Big babies. Yeah, it's like the diesel tractor equivalent. You get a couple of little babies on plows, they turn some dirt. And it's, maybe just as strong as that, those old John Deere's. They just roll, they just pull it up like a toy behind them. Yeah, that farmer's sitting on a seat at the back of the plow. And he's directing him up and down the roads. Yeah, I think they get in me. Only do one row at a time, one plowshare at a time. Yeah, but they slowly worked it that way, and yeah, it worked out fine. So, those were the good old days. Yeah, so nobody would ever think that that time. But, at that time, you'd think of projecting the future of today. What the farm is, say, for example, it'd be a very depressing one in your mind. I mean, if you were sitting back and looking at the structure of this corporate entity or operation or major manufacturing thing, the manufacturing process, evolving and developing. Establishing precedent for development. Just so many things happening, just all culminating, coming together. And yeah, within maybe about 100, let's say 200 year period, 200-year period, with the most rapid gains accelerating exceedingly in the last few years, last 100 years, and then increasingly, geometrically expanding as we're coming closer to today's date. It's like you're like you can't see where all this invention and wonderment, where it's going to lead, what it's going to do. It's so far out into the future. Yeah, it's just taking us there. It's crazy. Some of it's good and some of it's not. We just have to depend on future society and their empathy for healing and growing loving hearts, society. And then, it's like, then there will be no fear, because we'll only do what we need to do to take care of each and every one of us. Nobody gets favorable treatment beyond specific to that individual's specific needs. So this loving society will definitely take care of those in need. And they'll be monitored and looked after. This will become the heart of future civilization. That's just the way it'll be. It's just even it's like a temperature. It's like a polite behavior. It's like universal. And when people are at their best behavior, politeness, when around somebody they respect, that they see. So everybody's familiar with the concept. Easy. Then we just have to extend that to everyone we see. That's an answer. Politeness, just to everybody you see. And no hostile or angry retorts. No, those are not allowed. If that's the inclination, just step back. Just step to the back. Step to the back and keep your mouth shut. Let freedom express itself. Let freedom express itself for you and me. What was that? Who was that a message for? That's interesting. It's a good thought, though. Yeah, we gotta get rid of the threat of violence. I just says pray for that. Help us to become enlightened. Help us to become enlightened. All of us. Each and every one of us. On this planet Earth. Or in this universe. They talk about ETs and things like that. Yeah, everybody. May we all become enlightened. With common goals. For love and survival. Well, anyway, sorry to diverge into divert divert into a lying on spirituality and things of that matter. So let me get back to the man at hand. Okay. The bed that moves. The bed that moves. And where am I at with it right now? Yes, no. All I do is I got these big bolts, anchor bolts, wood anchor bolts, and I got a D hook. So I'm got two D hooks on each of those one, the headboard and the footboard. Which one doesn't? They're both the same. So the boards. And I'm going to strap it. The strap's coming down and attaching to these D hooks. So I'm going to mount these D hooks now into each of the headboard and the footboard. That's the next step. And then I'll hook up the beams, support beams, bed stays, bed frames, or what do you call them? Secure to these end pieces with the appropriate length. They're adjustable. Get them suspended. Pre-cut wood, sheets of half-inch plywood, and then we'll go this slat thing. This was the slats all over the place. They would be, if we were, big people, and if we were like we're going to be bending the board, then that would be a good logical way to go. But I'm maybe 160, and my wife's maybe over 100, so it's under 300 pounds total for both of us. So, and it's going to be supported half-inch plywood on top of that. It'll give, but it's not going to fall through. If anything, it might offer a little bit of suspension. So I'm not worried about it. It's not going to fall. It would actually hold, even heavier weight than what we'll be, so so I think between the platform, the bedding and everything, and if on us on it, I'm gonna think I think it'll be under 500 pounds total. And this platform, this structure should hold up, probably have to lead at the very minimum, maybe around 1,600 pounds. So it should still well be within the range for that. Adequate structural substance to keep it in place. So